When I use a word, Humpty Dumpty said in a rather scornful tone, it means just what I choose it to mean, nothing more nor less. The question is, said Alice, whether you can make words mean so many different things. The question is, said Humpty Dumpty, which is to be master, that's all. This lively exchange, part of a larger conversation, is ours by way of the Lewis Carroll children's classic, Through the Looking Glass. Here we might agree that the label of classic fits not just for the ways it appeals to little children, but for the ways it has a legitimate and a valuable life among us big kids. I can't help but wonder if Charles Dodson, who would go by that pen name Lewis Carroll, I can't help but wonder here if Dodson was remembering and representing some of the issues which he had heard his father face as an Anglican priest, issues which Dodson himself might have encountered and taken on as a deacon and a thinker in that same church. Here, in this exchange between Dumpty and Alice, there's the crucial question or questions of words and meanings and who's the ultimate master. For my own part, I'm going to admit that the longer I live, the more I learn and teach, the more I believe in the value of our unpacking what we mean as we throw around words and concepts and ideas, the importance of our developing common grounds in and for our discussions. Here, it just won't do to say, things mean what I want them to mean, take it or leave it. In this context, it probably would not surprise us that another Anglican, in fact, a contemporary of Dodson, would convey these same concerns. In his Knots Untied, Bishop J.C. Ryle writes of the importance of our taking time to define our terms. His, by the way, is just one of a host of quotes I have on file, all speaking to the importance of definitions in a wide array of disciplines and arenas. Writes Ryle, it may be laid down as a general rule with tolerable confidence that the absence of accurate definitions is the very life of religious controversy. If people would only define with precision the spiritual theological terms which they use, many disputes would die. Scores of excited disputants would discover that they do not really differ, and that their disputes have arisen from their own neglect of the great duty of explaining the meaning of words. Against the backdrop of Bishop Ryle's words, we might agree here that when it comes to the ministry of spiritual formation in the church and in the lives of Christian believers, there are real benefits to be gained, including the avoidance of unnecessary arguments, if we take a little bit of time to clarify common terms, establishing some shared grounds for our dialogue and conversations. Here then, in this course, 4 distinct approaches will inform each of the coming 4 sessions, as well as our ultimate definition of spiritual formation. 1. Isolating the obvious, the positive elements of what spiritual formation is. 2. Clarifying what spiritual formation is not, that is, distinguishing it from kindred concepts with which it can be too easily confused, collapsed. 3. Describing a few of the crucial tensions or paradoxes which spiritual formation maintains and navigates. And 4, conveying some sense of the means and the ends of spiritual formation in real life and practice. Carroll's invoking the image of Humpty Dumpty is not, I believe, as innocent or as happenstance as we might imagine. As he populated this story for children, he did not, I believe, arbitrarily choose some random though prominent egg from the nursery. No, Carroll knew, as we all know, that Humpty was destined to fall and that all efforts at reconstructing him would fail. So that here, Carroll not only gives us, it would seem, the backstory to this famous fall, but he also conveys a serious warning for any and all who would continue to scramble or poach, meanings in life and learning. Serious are the results, he seems to be arguing. Yes, serious are the results and grave the consequences if we fail to give precision and focus to the weighty words and concepts at the heart of real life and true living. Welcome then to this introductory course, Defining Spiritual Formation.